Welcome back to the Food Experience with yours truly, KJ Andy O. Today's experience, I'm going to be running a bunch of demos through the new Kalorik Maxx air fryer oven that I just got. This thing is great. I've been trying it. In fact, I already filmed all the videos. I'm coming back with the intro after I filmed everything, and this thing is an awesome machine. So, with that said, I'm going to cook some bacon, some steak, rotisserie tri-tip, French fries, and even a strawberry cake. You know, it's kind of like limitless to what you can make in an air fryer oven. It's like a mini oven with an attitude. So that being said, here come the demos. Alright, time to bake a strawberry cake in the Maxx air fryer. I got some strawberry batter all prepared. I'm going to use a 9 by 9 inch cake pan. First thing to do is spray the pan with some cooking oil. Let's go ahead and pour the batter in. And I'm going to use most of it, but not exactly all of it, because it's intended for, I think, like a 13 by 11. So I'm going to leave some of it aside. Also to note, this is a non-stick pan that I picked up today. I have the wire rack in the second position up, in the bake position. I've let the Maxx heat up for a few minutes at 350, and I'm guessing it's going to be around 25 minutes to cook. There's about 28 minutes left on the counter. Let's go ahead and put it in the oven. I put it right in the center, slid it pretty much halfway back. And all we can do now is wait. And I'll catch you back in a few when it's ready. Okay, I feel good enough that it's probably done, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. The display says there's 5 minutes left, but I'm going to cut it off now. Just hold down the start-stop button, and it's going to shut off. Now, with most cakes, you definitely want to let them cool off maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm going to do that with the doors open. That way the heat dissipates a little bit and gets out of the oven, and I'm just going to let it sit there and rest, and I'll be right back. Alright, it's been about 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and remove the cake from the oven. Alright, now that I removed the cake, I probably should have removed it like right when I thought it was done, because I do notice that the edge that was closest to the back of the oven did get a little bit black, as you could see. But nonetheless, it's probably still good. Let's go ahead and see if I can pop it out. That's going to be the real trick. Okay, I got the cake out of the pan successfully. Looks pretty darn good, actually. Just the back end of it right there that was closest to the rear of the oven got a little bit charred. But like I said, if I would have taken it out right when I stopped it, it probably wouldn't have been like that. Definitely feels nice and firm like it's done. Time to go ahead and put some frosting on. I got the same brand frosting, Pillsbury Creamy Supreme. And you gotta love stuff like this when it says contains a bioengineered food ingredient. You can't make this stuff up. I mean, that's funny. So what, the frosting was like developed in a laboratory or something? I've used this stuff before. God, it smells so sweet. Got a mini spatula. There we go. Looks like it's all frosted and ready to dig into. This is actually my second time ever baking a cake. First one I did on my previous air fryer, which is a competitor's product, and I'm curious to see how this will be, so let's go ahead and cut into it. I went ahead and cut the cake perfectly down the middle, and as you could see, it came out pretty darn good. It looks definitely nice and moist inside, spongy. Doesn't look like it's overly done or anything like that. Let's give it a try. Alright, here goes nothing. Delicious. So now I know next time I learned, you learn as you do these things and go along. Next time, once the oven turns off, I'm going to remove the cake pan and just set it on the counter. Even then, I mean, it didn't really burn or anything like that. It just got a little dark at one end, but that'll definitely be alleviated next time. And overall, I think the cake came out perfect, So there you go. Strawberry cake and the Kalorik Maxx air fryer. Done. Last night I made the strawberry cake. Came out great. Today, every morning, I love to start off with a little bacon. I got some fresh bacon from the butcher. thick cut. For bacon, what you're going to need is this drip pan that they include. And also this wavy design thing that the bacon sits on, that the grease drains right through these holes. So you just put it right there inside of the drip pan. Very simple, easy to use. You could put multiple strips there, and this is like really thick cut bacon, so hopefully this works out good. And I'm just going to lay it right across. Now by looking at that, I could easily fit a couple more pieces, but I'm just going to go for 4. It's just for me this morning. So what you want to do, go ahead and slide it in the air fryer position that you'll have noted on the door right here. Go ahead and turn on the max. Set it for air fry. And rotate the dial until you reach the bacon position. And it's preset for 9 minutes at 425. Now my previous air fryer, I would do it at about 370 and it would only take like 6 minutes. So I'm not sure exactly how this is going to come out, but let's go ahead and hit start and give it a try. There you can see the bacon cooking. I turned on the light and it's still got about 8 minutes left to go, and we're going to check back in a few more minutes. Alright, so there's 4 minutes remaining, and by looking at it, I think it's done. I don't think I need to let it go the full 9 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it. Fortunately, I like my bacon crisp, and this is definitely nice and crisp. One little section is a little bit overdone, but yeah, I'm definitely going to do it probably lesser temperature next time. Probably follow the same temperature and cooking time as I did in my previous air fryer, because 9 minutes is definitely too much. What was that, 425 degrees? I really don't think you need to go so high. Came out good, really nice and well done, the way I like it. But yeah, I think next time I'm going to go with my previous method, right around 360, 370 degrees for about like 6-7 minutes, something like that. Don't get me wrong, this is great, but if you leave it in that whole 9 minutes and let that cycle go, especially with thinner bacon, it's definitely going to burn. But I'm going to enjoy the rest of my bacon here. See you back around lunchtime. Welcome back to another food demo. This time I'm going to be cooking a porterhouse steak. I've already applied my rub to it. I have a rub consisting of some super hot peppers, some roasted garlic and herb, some Oakwood smoked black pepper, and some Himalayan pink salt. And I first sprayed the steak lightly with some olive oil. I got an olive oil mister right here. So I just do a light dusting of the oil, put on my rub on one side, let it soak in for about 10 minutes, flip it over and do the same with the second side. I've already been preheating the oven for about 10 minutes now, and it's really unusual because the steak setting on the Max air fryer oven is for 500 degrees. Now my previous air fryer oven, I would set it at about 360 to 370 and about 6 minutes aside. So this one, it's coming up to 13 minutes total. You're supposed to flip halfway, but it's at 500 degrees, and I'm thinking that might be too hot, but hey, I'm certainly willing to give it a try. I think I'll just cut down the cooking time because I don't want a piece of dried out leather, you know. I don't like things medium rare. I like it more on the medium side, but I like it to have some pink inside. So we'll see what happens, right? So first thing is to definitely insert the drip pan. This will prevent any of the grease dripping from the steak onto your heating elements. It's very important that you use this, okay? They recommend cooking the steak on the second topmost rack. I don't really think that's going to be the best idea. I think it's going to be too close to the heating element. So I'm going to go ahead and take my steak, put it on here, and insert it in the regular air fryer position. And it's also a nice, decent, juicy cut for a porterhouse. I'm going to place it right in the middle. That's what we're looking at right now. And here we go. Now that the steak's in there, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on air fry. Set it for steak. Like I said, it defaults to 13 minutes. So what I'm going to do is go for 6 minutes on the first side, 500 degrees, And let's go ahead and start it up. And of course you could turn on the light to kind of inspect it as it's going. Won't need that for right now. Just go ahead and turn it off. Alright, it's almost time to flip over. I could tell the top looks definitely nice and brown. It smells so good in here from the seasonings. After it completes, I'm going to go ahead and do a flip. Or should I say, I'm going to have the steak do a flip. There we go, time's up. Going to go ahead and turn it off. Open her up. That's what we're looking at. See, this end's all curled up, so I'm going to flip it to the front. I truly think I should be doing this at a lower temperature, though. In fact, let's grab my thermometer and see where we're at. Okay, so it's already like 150 degrees. It's pretty much done. 158. Yeah, it's pretty much done. So, just going to put it in for a couple minutes longer. Put it back on air fry. Go for like 4 minutes, and definitely lowering that temp. Go for like 350. And away we go. Next time I'm going to listen to my intuitions, because I have a lot of air frying experience, and my other oven went up to 450, but I would never cook it that high. Like I said, usually about 360, 370, right around there. You know, and I have a feeling it's done. I'm not even going to let it continue. Let's go ahead and open it up. Let's go ahead and remove the steak and put it on a cutting board. Gonna let it sit a couple minutes. Oh, that's perfect, actually. That is exactly the way I would like it. It's definitely nice and tender, very juicy, as you can see. Here's what we're looking at right here. That's pretty perfect if you ask me. And I'm glad I didn't leave it in there the full time, because it would have been too well done for me. Alright, let's give it a try. Wow, very tender, very juicy. Oh, the seasonings are great. Yeah, that's a really well done steak. Not well done cooked, but well done. As if it's like satisfactory, right? Yeah, so I dig it. There is the steak. It is a little bit on the medium rare side. I could have probably left it in a couple more minutes, but on the filet side, I'm sure it's definitely well done. It's a little bit thinner on that side. So, yeah, overall, I'm real happy with it. So, I'll join you back for another one. All right, now we're going to go ahead and try to cook some chicken. I have 2 different versions that I've been marinating for about 3.5, 4 hours, something like that. I have a onion garlic hot sauce and a kind of vinegar forward hot sauce, kind of like Frank's, but way hotter. So you know how I love to do it. I love to spice things up. They are breast tenderloins, and I know what settings I used with my previous air fryer. This time I'm going to do it a little bit less temperature and cook it longer, so that way it doesn't kind of burn on the outside, because otherwise if you put the temperature too high, you end up with a blackened chicken, which is okay in some cases, but I want to kind of lay off that a little bit, and at the end I think I'll turn up the heat just a little bit. So I'm going to do it at 320 degrees for 15 minutes and see how that comes out. And I'm going to use my previous air fryer basket, because I don't want to muck up the new one. That's one good thing about having a previous air fryer, right? I'm going to go ahead and cook 2 of them. I have one with the red sauce, one with the garlic sauce. I can smell that garlic, and there's so much garlic in this sauce. So let's go ahead and throw it in. I'm going to use the center rack, and I also have the drip pan located right below it to catch any of the drippings. There definitely will be some with this kind of thing going on. You know, with this situation with the chicken, it's going to drip anyways, and then with the hot sauce, most definitely use a drip pan when you're doing this. Alright, it's about halfway done cooking. I'm going to go ahead and give them a flip. Alright, there we have it. 15 minutes has elapsed. Let's go ahead and probe it and see what kind of temperature we're looking at. Alright, it's at 165 degrees. I'm going to go ahead, turn up the heat for another minute or 2, just to get a little bit of crispness to it. So I'm going to let it go for like 2 minutes at 450 degrees, see what happens. In the meantime, I'm going to prepare 2 corn tortillas. I'm going to make a taco out of one of them. Alright, that should be good. Let's go ahead and turn it off. All right, let's go ahead and cut into it. Definitely looks nice and moist. Try the other one here. Yeah, it definitely has some moisture going on. Let's give it a try the one with the red sauce first. Oh, that's good. They're both really good. So I'm going to go ahead and chop up some for some tacos. Got my tortilla shells. Let's go ahead and put some on there. Well, that's going to be a good taco. Normally I would put onions on there, but I'm all fresh out of onions at the moment. Didn't think ahead. I'm going to go ahead and try this hot sauce. Tia Lupita hot sauce right here. Oh, that works good. Definitely works really good. I get the cheese, the chicken, the sauce that I put on the chicken, this hot sauce. It just blends together so well. Chicken is nice and moist, perfect. There you have it. There's my experience with cooking some chicken breast tenderloins. Made a taco. Got some more chicken on the side. Probably make another taco out of the other one. And I'll see you on another video. Time to cook a tri-tip on the rotisserie and the Kalorik Maxx air fryer. I'm going to use it in oven mode. I figure I'm going to set it for about 3 1/4 and probably an hour. It's pretty much a 2-pound tri-tip. It comes pre-marinated and rubbed. So yeah, this ought to be interesting. All right, I got the tri-tip out, and what you got to do is somehow insert the rotisserie spit through it. It would be nice if there was like a sharp end at one of these ends, but there isn't. And we'll see if I could do it. There we go. That should work out. Then what you want to do is go ahead and insert a fork into each side. And make sure it grabs a hold of the meat. May have to bunch it up depending on the size of your portion. Then what you want to do is tighten down the screw at one end. Grab the other one, put it right on, and then go ahead and tighten down that screw. And there you go. Then go ahead and grab the rotisserie handle. And insert the end into the part that turns first, and then in the slot on the other side second. There we go. Close up the doors, and it's got about 50 minutes I have it set for. Turn on the rotisserie, and away it goes. So I'll check back with you in a little less than an hour. Alright, so it's been about 50 minutes. I'm going to stop it right now and blast it for about 5 minutes on 500 degrees just to get a nice crust on it. Alright, looks like I'm going to stop it now. It's been going for like 3 minutes. I don't want to burn it or anything. Let's take a look at it. Go ahead and make sure that you use the rotisserie handle. Fit it right in the slots there. And pull out. Put it right on my cutting board. Looks like it might be good. Let's go ahead and check the temperature. 153. Check a thicker part. 155. 154. Yeah, it should be good. Probably somewhere between medium and medium rare. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the screws. Let's go ahead and remove the spit. And I'm going to let it sit and rest for about 5 minutes. One thing though, it definitely looks nice and juicy just from like moving it around. You can see all the juice that came out. Alright, it's been a few minutes. Let's go ahead and cut this bad boy open. The knife cut through it so nicely. And look at that. It's a little bit medium rare, but it's not bad. Go ahead and cut off one of the end pieces. Boy, that just cuts through like butter. And that's exactly the way I like it. I might actually stick this in a few more minutes on the rack. All right, let's go ahead and open it up and check it out. All right, let's go ahead and try a piece. So tender, so juicy. The rub they use, I could taste the garlic. There's some like peppercorns. So good. So there you have it. Tri-tip on the rotisserie and the Kalorik Air Fryer Max. Yeah. Alright, last thing I'm going to cook is some French fries. And I got these Lamb Weston's grown in Idaho French fries at my local supermarket. And I'm just going to say I love when manufacturers of food have air frying instructions. I think that's cool. This one says preheat air fryer to 360, fill air fryer basket full or half bagged, and it has instructions for either 10 to 12 minutes for a half bag. I'm probably going to do a little bit less than that because I'm pretty stuffed after having that tri-tip. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Alright, so that's how many French fries I'm going to put in there. I already have it heated up to 360, and let's give it a whirl. Alright, I'm going to turn it on for regular air fry and 360 degrees. Let's do it. After inspecting the French fries, I mean, there's still 7 minutes left to go, but they look done to me, so off it goes. Go ahead and remove the air fryer basket. Let's put these bad boys on a plate. Yeah, I mean, they look pretty done. Some of them maybe have a little bit of burnt edges, but for the most part, these look wonderful. They really do. Time to season them with a little seasoned salt. I'm using Red Robin seasoned salt. Red Robin, yum. There we go. And let's give it a taste. Oh yeah. Nice and crispy on the outside, perfectly nice and tender inside. These are some good French fries, folks. So that concludes all my demos of the Kalorik Maxx air fryer oven. Man, I love this thing. It's working great so far. Everything I've thrown at it is going pretty well. In closing of all this, the only thing I would change is the instructions for the steak. 500 degrees is definitely way too hot. I'm going to try another steak at around like 360 or 370 the way I used to do it in my previous air fryer. And I bet it's going to come out perfect. I will release another video for that real soon. In fact, I'm going to have a lot more cooking videos coming out with this new air fryer. Normally I do Sunday Fun Day live cooking events. I'm going to try to resume them. But these French fries though, fantastic. I don't even miss the oil, seriously. It's way healthier to eat it this way. So yeah, overall, definitely thumbs up on the Kalorik Maxx air fryer oven. Definitely go check them out. And I think we're going to buzz out of here. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. What do you got to lose? I have all kinds of cool things coming up. Not only do I do cooking, but I review places to eat and also fast food joints. I also review snacks, some super spicy hot snacks, hot peppers, hot sauces, hot salsas. Basically anything food related that you could think of, I'm gonna do, except seafood. I don't do that. Don't eat anything out of the water. Anyhow, with that said, I'm gonna wish you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. Spend time with your loved ones. That's what's important. So y'all take care. Have a stellar day. Be excellent. And most of all, remember me. I am KJ Andy O, your food experience host with the most. Take care, my fine folks, and I'll see you real soon. Laters.